And I believe I've already done 3 videos today, but they're kind of short. I feel like I need to do another one. We need to talk about this. And I remember this guy, Economic Prisms, M.N. Gordon. I would read some of his stuff from time to time. But this is Zero Hedge covering it through him. America goes full imbecile. Why am I not surprised? Credit has a wicked way of magnifying a person's defects. Even the most cautious man with unlimited credit can make mistakes that in retrospect seem absurd. But an average man with unlimited credit is preeminently disposed to going full imbecile. He's got a nice little picture of this thing here. Well, the sooner we get all this lead turned into gold, the sooner we can go home. Yeah, good luck with that. Let us not forget about this important skill. Several weeks ago, we came across a woeful tale of Mike Maru. Somehow this special fellow, while of apparent sound mind and worthy intent, racked up over $1 million in student loan debt. All to become an orthodontist. Well, maybe he can work on. Tell the dentist who yanked my tooth out. When you're prying, like, don't use this part of the person's mouth as leverage. Like, you know. Surely, with several good textbooks in a disciplined self-study program, Maru could have learned everything there was to possibly know about adjusting malpositioned teeth for probably $200. You know, and that's the thing about it. You could go to YouTube. You can find anything you want these days online. You need to, you got to have college, and then you got to go get your, you got to go to medical school, and what a freaking racket. What happened when someone who's the skilled person teaches the other people? The dentist, hey, I'm going to teach you. You're a noob, and I'm going to take you through the ropes, and in about a year or so, you're going to be good to go on your own. We teach you everything there is to know. June 12th and 18th. Okay. Anyways. Instead, with the full backing of Uncle Sam's loan program, he went full imbecile. Yet, Maru is not alone. According to the Department of Education, there are 101 people, 101 Dalmatians? No, 101 people in the U.S. who are $1 million or more in federal student loan debt. What's more, there are 2.5 million people who owe at least $100,000. What could they have possibly learned that could be so doggone valuable? Did they discover how to turn nickels into dimes? Did they solve the geometry of a four-sided triangle? Did they learn the secrets of the universe? Did they get an insider's peek at something more than what happens under the sun? Delusions of grandeur. Only at rare moments are people capable of understanding the full implications of the catastrophes of their making. These rare moments, often just before dawn, are the precise instance when they feel or when they gain full clarity to the hopeless fact that they have gone full imbecile. That every decision they have ever made has led them to this exact place, where they find themselves to be completely and utterly screwed. I gotta stop. Because I'm going to tell you guys why people do that. Why do they go full imbecile? Because they're at a quote-unquote dead-end job. Should have went to school. I knew I should have went to school, college. Knew I should have done that. No. It's not too late. I've had enough. I'm going to do it. I'm going to struggle like a son of a gun, but damn it, I got to do it. And then they do it. And then that so-called job they get, oh, well, you're first... you just got out of school. Here's what the job pays. It pays better than your old job, by the way. But now you've got student loan debt to pay back, and you're paying interest on top of it. Got to pay interest. And the payment plan means you're going to be paying the hell out of this thing for a very long time to come. So all the extra money you just got is being thrown away. And by the time it's all said and done, you look back and say, what in the hell? Why in the hell did I do that? I would have been better off working my old dead-end job than going to freaking school because it's too expensive for what I got. This little piece of paper that says I'm some kind of special person now. And on top of it, probably like most people, you leave, find a job somewhere else, had nothing to do with what you just got, went to school for, whether you got an AA or BA, and now you're doing something else. And you got the student loan to pay back. Oh my God. Where was I? That every decision they have ever made has led them to this exact place where they find themselves to be completely and utterly screwed. Nations, like the people who compose them, have also demonstrated that they are unqualified to responsibly function in a world of unlimited credit. Here in the U.S., or the United States of debt, federal debt has exceeded $21 trillion. Corporate debt has topped $6 trillion. In additional note, this is only the amount of non-financial corporate debt issued in the form of bonds. The actual total is around $20 trillion. And total household debt has reached a record high of over $13 trillion. So in other words, the country as a whole has gone full imbecile. Yeah, he kind of paints it nicely there. Let's see what this chart has to show us. Total U.S. debt, federal debt. Total U.S. non-financial corporate liabilities, right in line with U.S. debt. Total U.S. housing debt plus debt of nonprofits serving households. Not looking real good. And again, even after the 2008 crisis, between the bankruptcy, right, because you go bankruptcy, all your debt goes away. Except that student loan debt. Yeah, that ain't going away. But aside from that, people did get a little bit of a reprieve. Only to get right back into the groove and start over again. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that magical? Behold the world's greatest Ponzi scheme in all of its splendor. U.S. federal, corporate, and household debt. See also our editor note above regarding the size of outstanding corporate debt. These debt figures represent the early lightning of the oncoming storm. These same debt figures are currently ignored by practically everyone. The nation's leaders, in particular, are ignoring them. After an 80-year run of near uninterrupted prosperity, who wants to think the unthinkable? People would rather be flattered with delusions of grandeur that have cold buckets of ice, watery truth dumped on their head. Like buckets on my freaking head. They want to believe that they are exceptional and that everyone, especially them, can live at the expense of their neighbors. They want to believe they can get more out of their retirement than they put in. People hold on to the myth that America is a free market economy. Yet somehow they miss the contradiction inherent in the mammoth bureaucracy that has been erected to oversee it. Free trade is a fine theory, or at least in theory, they rationalize. But in practice, protectionist measures are required to make trade fair. And on the delusions go. America goes full imbecile. At the same time, large segments of the American populace, when the dip comes, I'll be buying populous, many involuntarily have been reduced to an abject debt servitude. On the flip side, the entire structure of Social Security and Medicare entitlement programs is on the brink of collapse. The signature social achievements of FDR and LBJ, that's Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Lyndon B. Johnson. Any young bucks may not know that. They don't want to teach you that stuff in school. And the tens of millions of dependents that have put their faith and trust in them stand to be wiped out faster than you can say lickety-split, or faster than you can shake a stick at, much less lick it. This week, the Social Security and Medicare Boards of Trustees released their 2018 annual report. Inside, they revealed that the Medicare Trust Fund will be depleted by 2026, and the Social Security Trust Funds, both for the old age benefits and disability insurance, are likely to be depleted in about 2034. So what happens when these milestones are reached? Will entitlement dependents find themselves up the creek without a paddle? Not exactly. Most likely the Treasury, in concert with the Federal Reserve, will indeed go full imbecile. They will create money from nothing to make good on their obligations. but in the process, they will end up destroying the currency. Massive amounts of debt, made possible through a debt-based fake money system, have brought today's many unique possibilities for destruction into existence much sooner than would have been possible otherwise. What's more, the government solution, which requires destroying the dollar, is as sensible as cutting off one's head to cure a headache. You could have taken aspirin, or you could have chosen the more permanent solution, adios migraine forever. Of course, faith in the government's ability to cure all of society's ailments is what got us into this mess in the first place. The many unfortunate souls set to experience the insidious injustice of having their life savings vaporized through state-sponsored currency debasement will come to deeply regret this misplaced faith in government. It will never return. For the sake of completeness, we would like to point out to the readers that cutting off heads is also subject to as of yet unresolved gender equality problems. The head-chopping glass ceiling has yet to be shattered, so to speak. Isn't that cute? So, again, this is something I've asked from time to time. What is our government going to do to deal with this? How is this dealt with? Because here's the thing, we're not the only ones. Right, we do have the rest of the so-called Western world. From Australia to the EU, hell, China used to be a third world country. Ain't, not no more. Everybody's solution, just keep printing money. Keep printing money. But what happens? You debase the currency. So that's one of the reasons that I like to have me some precious metals like silver. And it's another reason why I also like to have my cryptocurrencies. Those are fixed numbered assets. They can't just print those out of nothing. There's only 84 or so, whatever, million Litecoin. 21, million Bitcoin. Wonder what Theta is. I can't remember what Theta is. I know it was quite a number. It's got me thinking though. Theta. Circulating supply 638 million. Current price today with the sell-off. I'm doing this video Sunday. Could be yours for the fire sale price of 18 cents, and many other cryptos along with it, of course. Down, market down or whatever. So, anyways, I'm okay with waiting. What are you gonna do? Save, stuff dollars in your mattress? That ain't gonna do you any good. You need something that appreciates in value. Sitting on dollars aren't working for you. They're not doing anything for you. You need to put them in something. Again, my plan: cryptos going up, housing going down. They meet in the middle. Boom. Like the old country song. I start walking your way, you start walking mine. We meet in the middle, beneath J Snips. Crypto office. Right in the front porch. We'll just meet right there. Guys, let's go. Let's go buy some property. Cryptos are up, market's down. Let's buy some real assets. Because that's the thing. At the end of the day, when you have a real asset that can't go to zero, because the truth is, could crypto go to zero? I mean, yeah, sure. Just like the stocks can, the bonds can and do from time to time. But a house isn't going to go to zero. A piece of property will never go to zero, just like silver and gold will never go to zero. But I'd rather have some kind of assets that's, whether it's rent money or some kind of residual thing coming in. So my great, grand plans for myself, my family, Dad, or, cryptos finally hit the number. Mom and Dad got your little place on the property, a couple of houses for you guys, whatever. Small, And when you move out, my kids get the houses. They're basically in our name anyways. Boom. Kids, there's your house. So that when you become an adult and you get married and you have kids, you don't have to do all the stuff Daddy Snip has been doing over the years, researching and learning about how the system works and debt and all that stuff. I'm saving you guys some trouble you never will, at this age, will never know about. But as you get older, you're just thrown into it all of a sudden. And you start to see, wow, when I left the house, I no longer had any money. Why? Oh, I got to pay rent. I got to pay this. No, honey, you don't. That's your house. It's paid for. And they will learn and they will know from day one. I'm giving you this house And you will never, ever, under any circumstances, no matter how bad things get, will you ever go and get a mortgage put on this house or this property. When Grandma J Snip, Evelyn and me die, we'll be watching you. We'll be ghosts around your ass. Okay? I'll be a little orb around you. I'll go meet that little gnome. We'll go hang out, have a couple drinks together. Watching over you. Make sure you ain't getting into debt. Daddy taught you well. But at 12 and 9 years old, they're kids. They're going to have to do what kids do these days. But they're going to be taught. So the best thing we could do, you and I, get some kind of asset that appreciates or at least doesn't lose value. Maybe has a residual income. Again, rental kind of thing's decent, but then you got to deal with renters. Are you bringing jabronis in constantly? Are you bringing in good renters? Maybe we do the RV park thing where cement slab, a sewer hookup, electricity, water, done. You're bringing your own RV. I don't have to repair any damn thing. That sounds like a freaking plan. Take care.